Rajesh Modi is also here.
Hmm.
Rajesh Modi is also here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome, Rajesh. We'll start the meeting and we will connect with you again. Thank you so much for joining. Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome to our guests present here. Welcome to the open house of Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Girish Mittal. I am performing the role of Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. Before we begin, I have 5 housekeeping items to announce. May I request you all to switch off your mobile phone or at least keep it on silent so that there is no distraction during the meeting. Please keep your microphones on silent mode and unmute only when you are invited to speak. Please keep your video cameras on as a mark of respect to the speakers. And please remember to switch off your video cameras when you need to step away from the meeting to avoid distractions. Please use the chat function to provide feedback to the speakers directly and encourage them. Our Toastmasters Club's mission is to provide a supporting and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Your cooperation will help us provide that. Thank you. I am also the president of Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Girish Mittal. I am happy to introduce myself. I run an organization called as Quantum Leap Computing. I believe that with precise and powerful communication, youth can achieve quantum leap in their professions. Toastmaster is the best place to do. I extend a very warm welcome to Toastmaster Dinesh Pal from Kuwait Toastmasters, who is doing the pivotal role of timer today. I also welcome our past area director, B.R. Vivek. I don't see Sapna as yet, so we'll welcome Sapna and our area director when they join the meeting. Our Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Pankaj Karde, a very dear friend. He is Group Executive Vice President Institutional Sales as Yes Securities. And he is also the president of the Rotary Club in which I am member, that is Rotary Club of Mumbai Borivali East. With these few words, I hand over to Toastmaster of the day, Rotarian Toastmaster Pankaj Karde. Pankaj, you are on mute.
Unmute yourself and then start, Pankaj. You have to first unmute and restart. Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you, Girish. Very good morning to all President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today's open house has 3 sections. The first section is table topic section. This is an impromptu speech action, which will be led by table topics master Kusuma Rao. The next session is evaluation session. This is very important session because this section enables all speakers to get positive and true feedback to help us grow. This will be led by General Evaluator Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Grand finale is a special event today. We have 2 chosen speakers to address you on key topics. Today's theme is out of the box. We are all familiar with think out of the box. Let's watch a short video. Girija, is it happening?
No.
Can't see. The video has not been played. You're on mute as well, Girija.
Are you all able to see it?
No, we can't.
You are not able to see?
Think outside.
No. You just stop it. Let me see if I can.
Limiting rules or practices.
Okay.
You know, that little girl is cleverer than both of us.
She's a very smart cookie.
Now that's thinking outside the box.
Think outside the
Girija,
box.
if you can, your audio is here. I can hear the audio. Okay, we can see it now. Okay, can you go ahead again?
Pardon me?
Okay, let me try. Give me a minute.
Okay.
While Pankaj is setting up the video, I extend a hearty welcome to our District Director, Sapna, who has just joined. District 98 Director, Sapna Ohri. Distinguished Toastmaster, Sapna Ohri.
Welcome. Mhm. Oh,
Yeah, is it audible and visible?
It was visible, but not audible. It's not, yeah, it's visible, but not audible.
okay. But I think even looking at it, we understand. What is it? Just observe. It's just a minute's video. Continue. There is no space in the car and they are all struggling what to do. Look at the child. So how come, there is a thinking, that's it. I think we can stop sharing, Pankaj. So this will be a definition beautifully given. Not bound by old, non-functional or limiting rules or practices. Thank you, Pankaj. I think you can close this. So child is the father of the man. So they are very happy about the child, how the child is able to think out of the box. Yes. Pankaj, you can continue.
Yes. Thank you, and thank you all for bearing with me on the technical glitch. So isn't it brilliant? Children with their fresh minds are masters at this. Think out of the box essentially means to think freely, creatively, and not limiting ourselves to certain assumed rules and policies. Today, all you get opportunity to speak on topics that come out of the box. You would think on your toes, sometimes out of the box. Moving on with the agenda, let us meet our evaluators and understand their roles. I am glad to introduce today's grammarian, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. She's a blogger, writer, leadership coach, HR consultant, and Rotarian. Anchored last year a YouTube talk show with 50 episodes on Know Your Strengths. She has another series on freedom from addiction prevention from October 1st. So I now hand over this to grammarian Girija Deshpande.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good morning. As grammarian, I will introduce the word of the day. Today's theme is think out of the box. 1 minute. Today's theme is think out of the box. The word of the day, as you can see, is, yes, laser sharp. So this is a compound adjective. The word means acute or penetrating in intellect, perception, vision, or focus. I will make note of the meeting role players, speakers, and guests who use the word of the day throughout the meeting. I will, in addition, monitor language usages, the beautiful language usages, and make note of that and express that at the end. And the possibilities of improvement in language whenever people speak, that also I will note down. I will note down any pronunciation aberrations and present all this in my report. How does a grammarian's role benefit members? The grammarian plays an important role in helping all the club members improve their grammar and vocabulary. When the best expressions and areas of improvement are presented by the grammarian, members develop language appreciation skills, critiquing skills, and ear for new expressions. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Girija. Can you share how out-of-the-box thinking has helped you?
Thank you. Out of the box, recently, if I can talk about, just 2 years back, I was the president of Rotary Club of Bombay Powai, and suddenly we got COVID. That was not a situation anybody had anticipated. I had got 32 lakhs funds, and we had appropriated it for, we had appropriated it for a water dam, and nothing could happen because nobody could do there, and the research could not take place. But immediately we diverted the funds for COVID related projects, and we could contact all the CEOs, and all of them agreed to divert the money. Similarly, this year for another project, I was able to raise funds through interns, and they were very happy doing it. The small children were able to raise up to 40,000 rupees, and they were so happy because that gave them an opportunity to understand about the project, the medical aspects of the projects, and also that would give them a letter of recommendation from Rotary, which is highly respected. So these kind of thinking has helped me a lot. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Girija. That is amazing. So right now, I would now talk about the R counter. We have Toastmaster Dr. Shravani Reddy, who is the R counter for the day. She's a dentist by profession and is now working with Eloquent. Dr. Shravani, can you please explain your role?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Hello, Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Good morning. The purpose of our counter is to make note of any overused words or filler sounds such as used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. When a speaker uses words repeatedly or where not necessary, I will note down them. Usually these words are okay, and, well, but, so, right, absolutely, basically, and so on. Words repeated, the, so, etc. will also be noted down. Verbal distractions could be filler sounds like ha, and so on. Long pauses with no intended significance will also be noted down. I will also recognize speakers who did not use any fillers during the speech. When called upon by the general evaluator, I will present the report. Our counter helps members realize what are the fillers and repetitive words they use, what hampers the effectiveness of their speech. Members get guidance to overcome this habit, opportunities to practice, and get feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shravani. Can you share how out-of-the-box thinking has helped you?
Sure. I will tell the experience of my life itself. I have completed my dentistry course after 5 years of my hard work and wanted to practice it. But my husband transfers very often as he is in a border security force. I did not want to stuck myself over there. So I was thinking about the options available beyond the dentistry. There I could found post-graduation in management. So I could complete the course, and now I am working as an consultant in a Deloitte in digital customer marketing service line. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. That was a very insightful out-of-the-box thought. A timer is Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal. He's a safety professional all the way from Kuwait Toastmasters. I request Toastmaster Dinesh to explain his role as timer for table topics and demonstrate the timer color scenes.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Very good morning to fellow Toastmasters of this club and the distinguished guest. Time is much more important than anything else in this universe. Money can be earned in any sphere of the life, but the time that has passed cannot be earned back. Time is just like flowing the water, and it cannot be stopped, it just flows. My role is to time the speeches and alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red background, which denote the specific times remaining and ensure the meeting ends on the time. To assist you, my video will be displayed as a timer card, you can see. And for best results, I recommend that you use the pin video option to ensure that you are speaker always see the timer. Session just coming table topic first. So for table topic timing 1 to 2 minutes, speaker when reach at the 1 minute, I will show the green and it will continue for further 30 seconds. When he or she will reach 1 minute 30 seconds, my window will be displayed as yellow, and when she or he will reach 2 minutes, my window will be displayed as red, followed by the 30 seconds of the grace period maximum size. This is the timing of the table topic, and thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. As a safety officer, you would have come across situations that has helped out of the box thinking. Do you have anything to share for us?
Sure, thank you. See, Toastmasters of the day and fellow Toastmaster, EHS environment health safety professional can turn safety into a lesser sharp advantage for their company if they don't let themselves get inboxed into a narrow view of their role. I always try a lesser sharp new perspective by thinking outside the box. When an issue arises, I didn't just look for input from my team, and I look beyond the getting input from the workers who are impacted directly, look to the other leaders in the organizations, even the including finance, operation, and HR, to challenge assumptions, because everyone have different thinking or an idea to improve safety to protect the people, property, and environment. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Now starts the table topic session. It is my pleasure to introduce Toastmaster Kusuma Rao. She is the founder director of International School of Design, a Rotarian, and an avid globe trotter. Sorry. I hand over the charge to her now. Over to you, Toastmaster Kusuma Rao.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Pankaj. The table topic session is a portion of the meeting designed to give every member and the guest of the club an opportunity to speak, and that is exactly for a minute or two. Table topic is a very important part of public speaking as it helps you in 4 ways. 1, speaking. Of course, that's why we are all here today. Second, listening. Listening is very important so that you get the right idea from what the other person is talking. 3, that is understanding. You can speak, you can listen, but understanding what the other person is speaking happens. And after that, you have organizing your thoughts. Now, organizing your thoughts is most important because whatever you have heard, whatever you have understood, you're going to organize it and then speak. And all this happens in exactly 2 minutes, and you are given just 10 seconds for that. Now, you need to be laser sharp for that. That means you need to hone your skills and pay attention to what is happening. Now, in spite of all this rather challenging segment of Toastmasters, it still continues to be very popular. Why? You know, the first and foremost, personally, I think it's because most of us are quite lazy. We don't have to prepare. We just come and then we speak something for 1 or 2 minutes. And of course, it's fun because there are all kinds of funny, wacky topics that are being given. So I think it's popular because you don't have to prepare. You can speak anything you want. And then you get, many times you don't know what to speak on. Here is a person who's giving you everything ready-made. So all you have to do is just talk. So the table topic master has broken his head to pull a fast one on you all. And this is what I'm going to be doing today, and hope it's going to be very entertaining also. So when you consider the theme out of the box, the table topic master is going to tell you to pick out of the box. So out of the box here has got two meaning. One is my own box in which I put all the topics for the day. And of course, it's going to be something different. I think now that the R counter and the timer has given the guidelines for us, we can get started. Yeah. So for this, I'll need some screen sharing. So
You can share screen, no problem.
yeah, I'm going ahead with sharing the screen. Today, I think everything has gone not only out of the box, it has gone for a toss also, because I'm in a different location where connectivity is a big problem. Yeah. So connectivity is a problem. And then, of course, after all that, I need to keep on changing my place because there's a lot of noise happening over here. A warm welcome to our division director, Sapna Ohri, one of the very dynamic directors we've seen. And we've had the pleasure to hear her also many times. And fellow Toastmasters, our very own mentor and guide, B.R. Vivek, and our guests today. All of you all have come on a Sunday morning with so much of enthusiasm. I hope we all live up to your expectations. This is the 37th meeting of Eloquent Elites. From that, you realize how young our club is. And I am Toastmaster Kusuma Rao, and it is my pleasant task to set the program rolling. Now, it is your pleasure to many of them are new speakers. And why I say you're privileged to hear new speakers, because they've not been trained, so their ideas and the way of approach will be extremely different and new. This is what we normally do at Toastmasters. Speak, listen, read, write, understand, organize. You can see we are doing so many things so that we can communicate very well. And you can see here, if you don't communicate, what happens to these students here. One guy is holding his head, the other person is totally bored. So here, one guy is listening, one guy is talking. And of course,
we cannot see. We cannot see. Can you change the slide? Kusuma, we are on first slide only.
I have changed it. Oh.
Kusuma, you can do the slideshow rather than that. You can just do a slideshow.
I put it to. Yeah. Now you can see it.
Not put it in the slideshow mode.
Girish, can you see?
This
I
is,
put it in the slideshow mode.
Yeah. Now we are on the second slide. We can see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
now we
and of course, the best communicator of all, or the worst communicator, that is a WhatsApp, which you can say skilled all kinds of communication and also promoted different kinds of communication. So what is out of the box? For a techie, it means just out of the box. That means like technically they do things that are very different. No, but in everyday slang, what do we say? We refer to the kind of style that goes against the traditional convention. For example, step out of your shoes, leave your comfort zone, and challenge assumptions. So this is today, you'll have to be picking out of the box. First, who would like to start? I think I'll ask our mentor, Vivek, to set the ball rolling. So the topic for you is hard work is overrated. Hard work is overrated, B.R. Vivek.
Good morning to all the members of Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Good morning to Madam District Director Sapna. Yes, everyone. Uh, hard work is an overrated stuff. I think I disagree to this topic. Reason is that I honestly believe many of the motivational speakers keep saying that hard work plus luck plus opportunism leads to success. I am a strong believer that there is no substitute to hard work. I have also heard a lot of motivational speakers who keep time and again saying that you shouldn't do hard work, you should do smart work. Well, I have seen and I've heard stories about how ants do hard work, how animals do hard work, and there are a lot of people in this world only through their hard work they have come up. And to equate hard work to success is also not a good quality of us. I would say let's keep working hard. Whatever happens, like what it says in Bhagavad Gita, let's see whether the results are good, bad, ugly. Let's see it later. I strongly believe it's a hardworking nation, a hardworking individual is what puts the people in front foot. And I would surely work hard. I would not go for a smart work. And next time when you or me hear about someone who says smart work is better than hard work, let you and me surely disagree to it. Back to you.
Yes, that was a gem of a wisdom for all of us to listen. Yes, I will definitely do that, especially with the youngsters today who tell us that, you know, in your times, it was all like hard work. You all slogged it out. We are smarter. So I'm going to tell them what you told us today. Thank you. Now, of course, I would like to, like I said, this entire table topics is out of the box today. So I'm not giving you all any choice. I'm just going to pick people and ask you all to speak on the topic that I have decided upon. And we now come across our expert speaker, Division Director Sapna. I would like you to speak on. This should be something very close to your heart. And this is why I have picked this topic specifically for you. If silence is golden, why are we all joining Toastmasters?
Before Sapna begins, Kusuma, can you please stop sharing the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Just a correction. I was a division director way back in 2018-19.
Okay.
Currently, I'm a district director.
Okay. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry. When I used to be a member, even I did not really pay too much of attention to all the ranks and the titles. But I think once you get used to it,
Yeah.
that's how it is. But may
I
I
think
begin with
that's
the
really
topic?
very humble of you to overlook our. Thank you very much.
All right. So I just read a quote yesterday that was shared by one of the friends that people who have knowledge, they don't speak, and the ones who don't have, they speak. Silence is golden, yes, when you know that someone who's speaking in front of you doesn't know the entire truth, doesn't know the entire situation. They're just looking at what is being shown to them and they're coming back and asking questions. And that's where you remain silent, because at times in life, you want the other person to either experience or gain that experience on their own. Well, if silence is golden, why we join Toastmasters? We all need that little voice and the right choice of words so that we can put forward our thoughts. Even in the moments of silence, when I'm talking to myself, I am still talking. And I want to tell myself the positive thoughts, the positive words, so that I can feel motivated when I am at my lowest. I can go ahead and I can share those positive thoughts with people around me so that I can motivate them, I can guide them. So even if silence is golden, when I'm still talking to myself, I'm hearing that voice in my head, which is always telling me that no matter what happens, the world is my playground. I am here to here to play. I'm here to go ahead, think out of the box, do things which I'm scared of doing, overcome my fears. And if I have to overcome my fears, I'm always talking to myself, even though I am not talking loudly to the world, but my head is always talking to my own self. And that's where I need the power of words, the power of positive words, which none other than Toastmasters can help me to learn and to talk to. Back to you, table topics master.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. This is why I picked this particular topic just for you. Thank you very much. That was very, very enlightening.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next I call upon one of our guests. Sheetal, would you like to speak? Sheetal Singh, would you like to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind trying.
Okay. So Sheetal, this is a very simple topic that I've chosen. Junk food is the best food.
Yes, Sheetal.
Junk food is the best food. Sheetal Singh.
All right. Thank you so much. Good morning to one and all for welcoming me as a guest in the midst of all of you. Junk food, who does not love junk food? Junk food is an all-time favorite, especially at the time when you are depressed. It's the best. It's the best food, or go-to food to satisfy your taste buds and to feel enriched, to de-stress yourself. But on the flip side, we hear a lot about junk food being unhealthy. So I think in moderation, everything is allowed, and once in a way, it's all right to count junk food as your go-to food and de-stress yourself. Think about the moment when you really crave for sweets. Think about the moments when you are down and you've got a headache and you want to eat some fries. Think about that moment when cheese is something that you desire just because you want to feel good. Your body is tired and you feel maybe a shot of chocolate or a shot of cheese is going to do something to you. So all in all, I don't feel that junk food is something that you can keep away from your life. But yes, too much of anything is bad, and therefore too much of junk food is definitely going to be bad for our health. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you, Sheetal. That was wonderful. Now I call upon Mr. Vijay Jalan. Would you like to try your hand?
Vijay Jalan is our
Yeah.
DG.
PDG, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course, yes. Welcome. So very happy to have you.
And Vijay Bhai is a very good speaker also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Vijay Bhai.
Maybe he's busy at a meeting, so
Okay.
we'll take it up with one of our members. Dr. Shravani, would you like to try your hand?
Sure, ma'am, I will try.
Yeah.
And, I think someone has to report my R counter.
Okay. Yeah. I was born intelligent. Education ruined me. I was born intelligent. Education ruined me. Dr. Shravani.
Good morning, all the distinguished Toastmasters and members. I agree with the given topic, that is intelligent. I was born intelligent and education grows me, right? Because I have seen my personal experience and also the people who are surrounded me. I'll give an example of my elder brother. He was born intelligent, and since in the childhood he was first in all his activities, studies, extracurricular activities, everything. But if he would haven't go for his higher studies, he would have not placed in the place right now he is, I feel. And also for myself, I feel education is the one who makes people to grow and grow. Not being intelligent is not always the thing. Definitely education makes us to learn many things, and every day we learn, every second we learn, and from everyone there is a thing we will definitely learn. And also I believe, when I was in a class, people used to say, this lecturer, he is not so effective. Then every time, even my husband says, no, you have to listen. You will learn even one word or one sentence from him. Definitely, please sit in a class. Don't feel that we can't learn anything from the person whom you don't like. Definitely will learn. And thank you so much.
You're mute, Kusuma. You're mute. We couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. President Girish, this is for you.
Okay.
Money can buy happiness. I'm challenging everything that people have said is not right.
I totally agree with you. Money definitely buys happiness. Money, I feel happy traveling in a luxury car. I feel happy traveling business class rather than cattle class, as Shashi Tharoor says. I feel happy going to a fancy restaurant. I feel happy going to luxury destinations, staying in a 5-star hotel. All these things make me happy, and to do all these things you need to have money. I don't agree with people who say that money cannot buy happiness. Money can, you have to reach that stage in life where you can say that, okay, I have done this, I have achieved everything I want to, and money no longer gives happiness. So coming back, it is it depends on the stage of life which you are, when you can say that money will be able to buy happiness or not. The stage where I am in, definitely money buys a lot of happiness. But again, it's an individual's call, it's a perspective. Money will buy happiness for some, money will not buy happiness for some. As they say, whether you wear a Titan watch or you wear a Rado watch, it shows the same time. But somebody said that it shows that person's time, who is wearing a Rado or who is wearing a tie. So money definitely buys happiness for some. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Girish. I too agree with you that money can buy happiness, but my only difference is that we shouldn't do anything to make money so that we are only happy. I think money needs to be distributed to make us also happy. Thank you. I would like to ask the timer, are we on schedule? How is it? Or shall we close
Madam
the
Toastmasters, table topic
Yeah.
master, we
Yeah.
are overshooting the 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it is decision is yours.
Yeah.
Either the president or the vice president, they can take decision, but we are overshooting the time.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute. Let me just thank everyone for So friends, that's the end of the table topics, and I hand it over back to our Toastmaster of the day, Pankaj.
Thank you,
I think
Toastmaster.
we'll have to conduct a survey, a poll.
The poll.
Yeah, we can have,
Yeah.
so now can we have the polls for the best table topic
Yeah.
speaker?
Yes.
I can hand over to the general evaluator for that.
I'm launching the poll. Now, see, the first speaker was, as you're all aware, it was Vivek. The second speaker was Sapna Ori. The third speaker was Sheetal. fourth was Shravani, and fifth was Girish. Right? So please, all of you, put the votes. I can see the votes there. So yes, 100% answered. 7 by 7. Yeah. Okay. Shall I close the poll? Yes. Sapna Ori. As you can all see the results. Thank you so much, my dear friends. We'll proceed. Over to you, Toastmaster Pankaj.
Yeah, it's now time for general evaluation. Toastmaster Girija Deshpande is a general evaluator. I will hand over again it to Toastmaster Girija.
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much. I'm Girija Deshpande, and I'm also the general evaluator of today's meeting. I'm happy to take up this important role as a general evaluator. The purpose of the general evaluator is to give critical inputs about improving the overall quality of the meeting and provide motivational inputs and help build a supportive attitude in the club for the members. The purpose of the role is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. So right from the time the meeting began, I have been taking notes on everything that has been happening and everything that ought to have happened. I'm evaluating each participant on the meeting agenda. I have been looking for good examples of preparation, organization of thought, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. I am also certainly making note of areas of improvement. At the end of the evaluation section, I will give my report. For the benefit of the guests, my role is divided into two parts as of today. The first part is to call upon the grammarian, our counter, and timer for their respective reports. And secondly, I shall give my general evaluation of the overall meeting. Before I call on the first, I would just request Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar to give the time guidelines for the evaluation section. That is for the grammarian, our counter, and the time. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. In the evaluation session, as you explained, the counter report, grammarian report, it went to 2 minutes. 1 minute I will show the green, and 1 minute 30 seconds I will show the yellow, and 2 minutes I will show the red signal, followed by the 30-second grace period. Same time for the counter report, minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. 1 minute you will see the green, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow, at 2 minutes you will see the red. Next, the timer report also same the timing, 1 to 2 minutes. I think this is not required for me. I can give you report in the 30 seconds. First will be green, yellow, and red. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I missed the G session also. There is the mention in agenda 4 to 5 minutes. 4 minutes I will show green, 4 minutes 30 seconds yellow, and 5 minutes red, followed by 30-second grace period. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Now, as a grammarian, I will present the report right now. The word of the day usage, laser sharp, was used by Dinesh 4 times, Girish once, and Kusuma once. The good usages were even when we are silent, we speak from within. That was very beautiful. Then there were several good usages when Vivek spoke about how he disagrees with hard work. I couldn't take down those notes because I was busy doing several other roles at the same time, as you can see. Apologies for that. Areas of improvement, I could found, somebody said. So instead of saying could found, it is the correct usage is could find, because afterwards, after could itself is past tense. So the next verb has to be present tense. Right? We do not use did talked. We say did talk or did present. So when you use a first word as a presentation, present, the auxiliary verb, then the main verb has to be in simple present tense. The first one is past tense. Will display at red, will display red. Then Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster of the day. You have organizing your thought, you have to organize your thought. These were the areas of improvement. So over the next is the report for the R counter. I request Shravani, Toastmaster Dr. Shravani, to present the report.
Thank you, ma'am. Today, sorry. This is the first time I'm playing the role of an R counter. For the number of times the Toastmaster of the day used R is 4 times. And by the table topic speaker, that is Toastmaster Vivek, R used is 5 times. And coming to the table topic speaker 2, that is Toastmaster Swapna, used R 1 time, all right 1 time, and well 1 time. Coming to the table topic Toastmaster Girish, R 2 times, 2 times. And coming to myself, I think I have used with my conscious 4 times R. And can I give the report of an guest also?
Yes, please.
Yes, everybody.
Okay. She used R 3 times. That's it. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the timers report. Everybody qualified? Did everyone qualify?
Yes, general evaluator, our grammarian 1 minute 19 second, R counter Dr. K. Sravani 1 minute 01 second. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So I will present my report right now. My observations regarding the preparation and ambience before the meeting are as follows. The Zoom link was opened very much well ahead of time. We had to wait for guests and some of the members to arrive. There was technical difficulty for the the table topics master to connect. So we had to wait, and we waited also for the few of the guests to join. So we actually opened the meeting 7 minutes after the scheduled time. The Sergeant at Arms started the meeting promptly on time and shared the vision of Toastmasters and gave proper instructions on meeting etiquettes for everybody. He also gave a concise introduction to the president, that is he himself. And then he continued his role as he was very well prepared and organized. He specifically introduced and welcomed, thanked the Toastmasters from the Toastmaster Dinesh, who has come from Kuwait Toastmasters, who is doing the role of timer. Then he also introduced the different, he introduced the Toastmaster of the day very well, Pankaj Karde. The Toastmaster of the day, Pankaj Karde, with laser focus, beautifully engaged all the role players and engaged them with questions on the theme. He gave crisp and clear introduction to every role player, timer, R counter, grammarian, table topic master, and for me, the general evaluator. I was a grammarian and I could not do my role as well as I would normally do if I was only doing that particular role. I introduced the word of the day, and I could also see that 5 members used it. The choice of the word was appropriate and fitting the theme of the meeting. I also showed it on the, you can see that it is also there on the virtual background as a reminder. Then timer introduced his role very well within the allocated time and demonstrated the color cards very clearly. Our counter introduced the purpose of the role clearly and within the allotted time and presented a very exhaustive and clear report, knowing that this is the first time for her. She did a wonderful job. Table topics master, we had Kusuma, who was doing the role. The report, the introduction could have been more crisp and concise. It was a little, it extended beyond time, but the topics were very innovative and challenging to the listeners as well as the speakers. Because we had very expert speakers, we found the participation very interesting. And I also thank the guests also who participated in the table topic session. She participated beautifully for a first time person who has been speaking. Her volumes of experience as a teaching instructor showed very well when she spoke. The choice of topics also were in keeping with the theme as she had pointed out very clearly right in the beginning. Thank you for the opportunity to be a general evaluator today. This is a very critical role and it improved my thinking skills, organizing, listening, and observation. I'll return the control to the Toastmaster of the day. I congratulate Toastmaster Kusma Rao for the table topics and also the Toastmaster of the day for a beautiful way in which he conducted himself. Over to you. Over to you, Pankaj, Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, Kusu. Yes, Girija. Sorry. We will now have the poll for auxiliary role players, grammarian, timer, and our counter.
Yes, I'm launching right now. Yes. I'm not getting the second poll. Let me just see what I'm. Okay, yeah. Can you all see it?
Yes.
Yes. So please. My goodness. Okay. So this is what the results show. I'm sharing the results. Thank you very much. So I very much feel totally that I have not performed my optimum. Thank you so much for that supporting and encouraging votes. Thank you so much. Yes. Now, do we have the poll for the next one also, right? The next poll.
Yeah, now we have to launch the polls for the primary role players, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster topics, and general evaluator.
Yes. Not getting the third poll. Huh. Right. Can you all see? Please cast your votes. Toastmaster of the day is Pankaj Karde. Table topics master was Kusuma Rao, and general evaluator was yours truly, humbly. So you can see the results, right? So table topics of Master of the Day, Kusuma Rao, congratulations. Okay. Everybody can see the results, right? Can I close it? You're mute, Pankaj. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can close it.
Yes. Okay. Over to you. Yeah. Thank you.
I congratulate all the winners, Girija as well. And Girija, thank you for doing a fantastic job even today, as always. I think you've shared the screen.
Yes, I wanted to show the certificates. I'm just looking at them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Girja, we can send certificates to the winners. It's okay. We are running behind schedule. Huh?
Oh, thank you. That's okay. Yes. Fine.
Okay. I would now like to introduce founder mentor of Toastmasters, our Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster BR Vivek from Hyderabad. He coordinated with our Toastmaster Girija Deshpande and set up this club, a Rotary Toastmasters Collaboration Club, the first of its kind in India. At the same time, he was area director. A Toastmaster since 2016, he's an avid reader and has held several positions in the district. A very title Shut Up in Toastmasters meeting where we encourage people to open up is out of the box and makes me curious. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Vivek, shut up. Shut up, Toastmaster Vivek.
Martin Luther King, Winston Churchill, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee. These three gentlemen have been one of the greatest public speakers the world has ever witnessed. Now, what was the secret behind these three people who grew up from normal background and went on to be great leaders and whatnot, public speakers as well? Toastmasters and guests, a very good afternoon to all of you here. Good morning, in fact. There is one quality which I noticed in all these three speakers, which made them great public speakers, great politicians, and also great human beings, is that they knew when to shut up. Now, I'll tell you how this went on. Martin Luther King's famous speech, which says, "I have a dream," came up in a time when there was Cold War in that country and there was absolute civil disobedience and unrest. And despite that, he came up with these words, which in fact has motivated the whole of his generation. And when he spoke, he exactly knew the timing of the race where he belongs to, which was not known for public speaking at all. He exactly knew where he has to shut up and motivate the whole race of his. Now let's move on to the second one. Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. The father of Her Majesty the Queen was the king at that time. And whenever he used to meet the king, he used to meet just for a week, 20 minutes in a week, stand up, talk and leave. Now when Queen Elizabeth became the queen, he used to come and follow that practice. He used to stand in front of her for 20 minutes every Tuesday of the week and move ahead. After several meetings, Queen Elizabeth asked Winston Churchill, "I offer you a seat. Why don't you sit and talk?" For which he said that when two world's two great leaders talk, and if I am not able to convince you within 20 minutes, then God forbid the peace of this world. So he exactly knew the place, which is that he has to restrict his words and he has to shut up. The third one, we all know Atal Bihari Vajpayee's speaking skills. He was one politician who used to think twice and speak once in a most underrated Indian political system where people don't even think before they speak. And that was what called as the space. So if you look at all these three leaders, which is race, place, and space, the commonality factor was that they knew exactly when to shut up. And I, as a person, strongly believe that we all are born public speakers. It is circumstances which stops us from becoming great public speakers. I'll tell you how. From our childhood, our parents, our siblings have always told us, shut up, when we do a lot of natak, which translates into a drama. We didn't listen. When we were in school or in colleges, be it our friends or with the person whom we fell in love, they said, shut up, we didn't listen. Or for that matter, for married people here, I'm sure the spouses would have told us, shut up, we continue talking. And in our work life, there are many instances where our bosses or subordinates keep telling us, why not you shut up, and that will be good for the organization. We continue talking. And of course, in Toastmasters, timer plays the subtle role of telling us, shut up. Sometimes we listen and sometimes we do not. Now, I strongly believe that in public speaking, the art of knowing when to stop is what is the critical factor when it comes to becoming a speaker to a public speaker. I shall always say that whenever someone is telling you to shut up, they are trying you to they are carving the best Toastmaster in you. And when you say shut up to others, you are carving the best speaker in others. Overall, I would say a world where there is less voice and more action is a wonderful place to live. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster.
Amazing. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, Pankaj, please. Yes, take over.
That was very, very interesting. It was indeed the theme was totally, it was one of the, I have zero words for whatever you have said. It was like very out of the box, very, very subtle, very, very crisp. Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. I could take all the things that you have spoken and how to become a better public speaker. I am thankful for you. Extremely delighted to introduce our young spirited district director, Toastmaster Sapna Hori. On the poster invite, we saw her holding a national flag and proudly walk on the podium at the international conference at Nashville, USA. A Toastmaster for 11 plus years, she has served various leadership positions at club level and district level. You see consistent progression from being the first lady to serve as club growth director of District 98 in 2021 to program quality director in 21-22. She is now the district director. She has been recognized by Toastmasters International for contribution in her leadership roles. She has won various excellence awards, and she has won the Excellence in Club Growth 2021, Resilience Award 2021, and Excellence in Program Quality Award in 2021-22. She comes with 16 plus years of experience in a professional career and has worked with organizations like Dell, ADP, Deloitte, and Accenture. Currently, she works as a manager in Ernst & Young into payroll and workforce management. I would now hand over to Toastmaster Sapna Ori.
Thank you so much for that. And it was a pleasure listening to you, Vivek. I am a big fan, any which ways, of all the 3 days, Somvar, Guruvar, and Shanivar. But I think listening to you right now, shut up, it just gave me a lot of thought process, right? But I'm not here to shut up, because if I do shut up, then the marketing event and telling our guests who are here as to why Toastmasters, I don't think that will serve the purpose today for me. All right. So I am I'm not a professional speaker. I'm a conversationalist. And that's what Toastmasters has helped me to understand my style. And that's what I'm going to do today with all of you. I'm going to talk about 2 aspects of Toastmasters: communication and leadership. And why am I sticking to Toastmasters till now? So I'll start off with a story which everybody knows, majority of you know, but since if I have new audiences, it's always fun, right? The stories don't change, the people keep changing who are listening to me. So way back in 2011, or way even before that, I was a talkative child always. My mom very recently, she was saying that you used to talk so much in school that your teacher used to come back complaining during every parent teacher meeting, oh, your daughter talks a lot, she talks a lot. And now, since as you grew old, you don't talk much. And I don't know what has happened. So I'm like, even I don't remember if I used to talk. And then there was a very vague memory of me being talkative, sitting in the classroom right next to a student. And I don't even remember what I used to talk. But then I remembered that my principal actually told my mom, because she knew her, that your daughter talks a lot. So, and then when I was growing old, obviously, I don't know what all changes happened, but I used to still participate in Hindi elocutions, Hindi debates, but I started receding myself from talking more in public. And all these debates and elocutions were more wherein I was learning, or I was mugging up a particular speech and going and delivering. But I never realized at that point of time that um, I had huge, or a big, very big stage fear. My legs used to shake just because it was hidden behind a big dais. Nobody could see. And the best part, it was a huge auditorium which could accommodate 400, 500 students, and they used to put off the lights. So I used to only look like straight right into the wall. And just because it was dark and there were so many lights, my vision, I couldn't really see. So I just had to move my head. I was very mechanical in that way. I'll move little bit towards right and little bit towards left, and I'm done. And people think I'm having a good eye contact, so I'm a good public speaker. I was done. I won the award. I'm happy about it. Then when I got into the job, I started realizing when I was talking to customers, that's where I had to practice more of English, because multinational organizations, and then you start speaking in English. I got away from my own mother tongue. I could never speak any which was fluently in Punjabi, and Hindi also, that I was good at. It just took a back seat, and then it was only English. And then my lead, who used to listen to my calls, used to come back and tell that you have a lot of fillers. The fillers was why, because I was a fast speaker and I am still a fast paced speaker. A lot of you during my addresses would have, whenever you've listened to me, when I'm speaking fast is when I'm nervous. And it's not easy to handle a crowd or speak in front of a crowd, right? So I used to still speak fast. And when I'm speaking faster, my thoughts ran away. Now my mind couldn't cope up with my tongue. That was a bigger challenge. 2011, I was in ADP in Pune, and the HR sent out an email that we have something called Toastmasters. We're going to have a meeting. Why don't you just come in? I mean, if you are interested, please opt in. I went and I opted in, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said, the something new is coming up. So I have opted for it. I hope you did. So my friend was like, did you see there was some amount which was attached to it? So if you want to participate, you have to pay some money, and it was in dollars. I went back again. I checked on my nomination as in no, there's money involved, I'm not going. And then after a week, I think HR realized that nobody's going to pay any money from their pocket, so they said it's free of cost to please come. I went, and that's where I still remember it was a training room full of people, and not the typical meeting that we say that you need, that we follow initially. When we go to demonstrations meeting or the first meetings, we are all very nice. We always have one a speaker who has one evaluator. At that point of time, I don't know what had happened way back in 2011 in the month of May, that it was a room full of people. And I know there was a language trainer and all the other folks, and everybody thought that I could speak, and I also thought that I could speak. I went ahead and I gave my icebreaker, and I spoke the way I generally do. My name is Sapna, and I finished it off. And then there was a feedback time, so I didn't have one evaluator. So some of them, they started asking, "Oh, can you please give her an evaluation?" I was okay to take an evaluation because I knew that these, somewhere in my head, I knew these people can't even speak this much what I've spoken. What feedback will they give? And then the trainer, he gave me the shocker of my life. He said the speech was really good. It was a good movie, but it was in a fast forward mode. Oh, I felt so bad about it. The kind, your ego is hurt because you knew all this while that you're a good speaker. You could stand in front of people and speak, and the only thing I knew was that I was speaking in English, and my speaking was a little better than all the other native Marathi speakers. Now imagine somebody telling you this. For next 1 year I didn't go. They made me a member and all, but I didn't go to Toastmasters. I said, I'm not interested, I'm not going. Then after a year they called me and they said, please, we are paying for you, do you mind coming for Toastmasters? I said, this is what has happened. They said, we are sorry if that has happened, but just try and come and see how things work. So I went back after a year, and again delivered my icebreaker. I don't know, somehow whenever I left, I always prefer starting from the very first project. So I delivered my icebreaker, and again I was fast, but I got a decent feedback this time, and I said, oh wow, they didn't make me feel bad about myself. And then the next speech I gave, at that point of time, it was the old educational program that we had, which was competent communicator, competent leader. And I gave my second speech, I still remember, which was I think CC2, which was organizing your speech. And it was more about having an opening, a body, and a conclusion. And I spoke on the movie Bawarchi. That was so close to my heart. I'm a huge fan of such movies, and I spoke on that one line. I think the line is that it's really simple. I think there's a particular line, right? Like, you can live simply, but living that simple is difficult. I don't have the exact line, so, and that's a very famous line. I spoke on that, and I narrated the entire story, and I presented my point of view to people. And that's where I got a good feedback again, and I was happy. I felt a little motivated. I said, okay, this seems to be a nice place. This is good. People motivate you to speak. And that's where I kept coming back every speech. The biggest challenge or the toughest project for me was to do a research project, because I am not a numbers person. Okay. I cannot mug up things. So what happened in the research, I used to hear everybody talking about numbers, doing this, doing that, and I actually spoke on junk food, and I had a paper in hand wherein I had written all the stats. So even if my evaluator told me that, probably I think you need to repeat your speech because you were reading literally from the paper, I was like, you know what, this is the most difficult project. I passed, I'm done. I don't want to deliver my speech again. So because this was not something that I was used to. And then I experimented a lot with myself. Slowly and steadily over a period of time, I could speak. I could speak wherein my mind was in control. It was in sync with my tongue. And I did not feel out of breath. I did not feel out of thoughts. Slowly and steadily, I gained that confidence that I can talk and I can mold, even if I don't know something, but how I tell it to my audiences or to my client is what makes all the difference. And the biggest part that I learned was to be transparent. If there were times when I've forgotten my speeches, there were times when I did not prepare my speeches, I did not have an ending to my speech. And because in my head, when I'm narrating my story, there is no end, there is always a learning. And that's where I took all of my speeches, and even if I received the feedback, I took it wholeheartedly. Toastmasters has been a platform wherein it has given me my own voice. It has given me my voice to speak up for for thoughts, or speak up for things which I'm very passionate about, speak up what I truly believe in, speak in a more positive language. And when I talk about positivity, the most toughest thing as a leader is to give feedback, right? So the art of giving a feedback is an art, is what I say. You learn the skill. It's not something which you're born with. And as a leader, when you start rising up the ladder, when you start working with people, initially way back until 2011, I always used to think that you only give feedback to people to who report into. But I never realized that you are giving constantly and you are receiving feedback from everyone around you, be it in a more formal or an informal way. Like my mother keeps giving me a feedback on a daily basis. You don't know how to cook food. You don't know how to keep the house clean. You always, you know, wherever you keep a glass, it's there. Your study table looks like a big dustbin right now. Diwali is coming, can you please ensure that you clean it up? I get this feedback from her. And I initially, it used to be like, why all mothers are the same? But then I started realizing that, okay, when she is not with me, I keep doing all these things because it's inculcated in my head. Now, giving feedback to friends, right? All of you would have had friends who've had heartbreaks, and when they keep constantly crying in front of you, you're like, you need to get over it and probably do something better in life, right? I suggested to my friends, join Toastmasters. You can pour out your heart. People will listen to you wholeheartedly. They'll smile, they'll clap for you. Nobody joined. But apart from this, my managers, my sister, everybody keeps giving you feedback when you're doing well, when you're not doing well. For the longest period of time as a leader, I always thought that I don't have to go and talk about or tell someone, oh, you're doing good. It A good is a very generic feedback. Oh, you're doing well. You know, but when I have to tell you what you're not doing well, I could list down 100 things. The difficult task was to find the good by not saying in general sense good, but being specific in what the person is actually good at. And that was difficult. One day, one of the Toastmasters took a session. So when we used to have our evaluation speech contest, there is the clubs do evaluation sessions. They want trainers to come, and he was a district champion. And Vivek might know Sanjay Khandelwal, and he came to the club to deliver a session on evaluation. And that's where Sanjay told most important thing. He said, when you do an evaluation, you take two good points and you say in specific what were the two good points about the speech, and then you go to the 2 points where the speaker could have improved on. And that really stuck with me. The first point, like, you talk to people about what good they have done. I started practicing it. There was a time way back in 2011 when I had just gotten into a team leader role, and that too, it was nothing out of the box. Trust me, I used to see my team leader and I used to feel they don't do any work, because the only thing they do is they come sit on the system, align work to all the people in the team, and then go for a break and then come back and pretend, oh my God, they are working, but they're never working. Right. So I said, I want to be a team leader so that I don't have to work and I'll make everybody else work. But little did I know that there is more to being a leader, right? It's not only about just sitting there on system and just doing appraisal and saying, oh, you're progressive, you're just there, take a 3 out of 5 and just be happy with it. No, nothing like that. But you literally have to invest your time and effort in people. Now with this feedback of what am I searching good in the people that I work with, people around me, people at home, everywhere, I tend to make it a point that I write down the first two good points before I even go to the areas of improvement. This has helped me in my people management, because the more I try and dig into my brain, the more I am able to appreciate people I am working with. More I'm able to appreciate the differences that we have, but still able to work together towards a common goal. The more I'm able to do this, I am pushing myself a little bit harder to communicate effectively with people. Most of the time we shy away from talking to each other, like, me and Girija is my club president in All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club, and she's a bubbly person, but I'm sure there'll be people who might say we don't like Girija, right? Or Girija might have a little bit of feelings. The best part is that Toastmasters teaches you to sit with a person, pour your heart out, talk it out. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, that's perfectly fine. I have gone ahead and broken these perceptions about a lot of people around, because I gave myself the courage and I said, it's okay, nothing will happen wrong. Nobody's gonna kill me, you know, jump across the table and say, I'm gonna kill Sapna just because she's talking to me. No. Let me just sit with the person and let me pour my heart out, talk it out, whatever perceptions we have, whatever false ideas we have about each other, let's be open. And I have built stronger relationships based on that. So for me, Toastmasters is a platform wherein I found a voice. It gives me a place wherein I can learn those positive things, which I'm taking it back to my personal and professional life. It has taught me the most important aspect is coexisting with your people around and trying to overcome the differences and understanding that everybody is unique. Everybody has their own sets of thoughts and ideas, and how you can bring all of them together for a common goal is something that Toastmasters has taught me. And that's why it's 11 years. I keep renewing my vows every year with Toastmasters, and I would love to do it. I want to be there one day when I'm actually telling somebody I'm 30 years or 40 years old in Toastmasters, and I hope I make it by then. So, with this, I'll end my speech, but thank you so much for the opportunity. Over to you, Girija.
Super. It was super. Thank you so much. Toastmaster of the day, over to you. Pankaj.
Yes. So thank you, Sapna.
Toastmasters Girija, sorry for interruption. This is time of Dinesh. I think next session 10 minutes for QA session, right?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So
if anybody
I
has
will
questions,
timing the 8-minute green, 9-minute yellow, and 10-minute red.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So if the people have questions, you're welcome to ask. Anyone? Sheetal is there. If Sheetal, you have got any questions about Toastmasters, you can ask. Is she there? She's left.
No, nobody is there.
Yes, no problem.
Only we are remaining. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, Pankaj, continue.
No, I
Yeah.
have something to.
Okay.
Okay. Sapna, I had a question. Girija, if I can break you in between.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Sapna, so I wanted to ask you this one peculiar question. So when we are doing a Toastmasters session online and when we really go out and speak offline, there's a vast difference in terms of eye contact and things that may happen. So right now I'm looking at you. I don't know whether we can see that eye contact as well. So how, when you spoke about the eye contact, because I go back to my school days when I was supposed to give an elocution competition, I used to look at the church bell straight there. If I looked somebody down, I forgot everything that I knew. And over a period of time, I've realized this online and offline mode, the eye contact is not been as good as, the offline is a very good eye contact, but in online, the eye contact doesn't look like very interesting, or it doesn't look the way it should ideally be. So in such kind of a things, how do you manage the situation, and what should be the things that we should uh, highlight or we should look upon to fill this gap between an online and offline thing?
I think there is a huge difference, obviously, because I'm looking at my camera screen initially. I know that I was very happy being online because I used to be like, oh, I don't have to, nobody's looking at me, right? I mean, people, more than half of them, the videos are off. And I can look anywhere on the screen and I still feel that I'm looking. But when it's in person, I have to literally look at the person and talk, because otherwise, if I don't, then the person will start thinking that I'm not confident enough. It's a very personal thing. See, I'm not a technical person, so I can't give you any tips or tricks as to how to do it. It just comes with practice. See, when I talk, I am someone who is very comfortable in one-on-ones. I try and maintain that, so I put in the conscious effort because I know what is the problem. If you know what is the problem, you will have to just consciously little bit work on it. If you have troubles making eye contact with people in person, um, Try it out with people that you're more comfortable with, your friends, your family. And at least when you meet them in person, try and see that for 5 minutes, conscious effort. You say, I'm going to look into their eyes and talk. Or even if it's not their eyes, but I'm just going to concentrate on the person and talk. When you do that 5 minutes starting and on a regular basis, it will be easier for you to maintain that eye contact when you meet people whom you don't know, who are completely strangers to you. And I don't know, but I feel that it's easier to talk to people whom you don't know, with whom you don't have an agenda. But when you have an agenda with someone, it's a little difficult to talk to, which is completely fair. None of us are perfect out there. But in order to overcome this, start off with people you are comfortable with, because even if they'll give you feedback, you will not feel bad.
Excellent.
Thanks, Sapna. Girija, you had something to say.
Yeah, Dineshji also has a question.
Yes, Dinesh, if you have a question, you can ask.
Thank you. Thank you, District 98 Director. Myself is Dinesh Kumar Pal, member of the District 20 from Kuwait. I am not at such level to ask you the question, but you can consider as a query. What a wonderful story you bring, and with the titled keynote speech, Why Toastmasters? And you spoke out about the feedback from various stages, as you start from your mother, your employer boss, and finally in the Toastmasters speech evaluator we can consider. How you can differentiate the feedback from mother, employer to speech evaluator? Please go ahead.
When you say differentiate between the feedbacks, what exactly is the intent of the question? If you can a little bit explain.
I mean, how much beneficiaries you can monitor the feedback of a mother, feedback of an employer, and feedback of your Toastmasters.
Okay, hands down, you can never make your mother happy. Okay. How it works for me, I'm actually in the habit of putting my relationships of people in boxes. So my personal is different, my professional is different, my friends are different, right? So with my mother, I know how she is over the period of time. Obviously, I have understood her requirements and everything, so I know what's going to come. And after that, first thing I would like to tell you is that I don't take every feedback, because I don't feel that everybody knows the situation that I'm into, even if I go back and I tell them, because you all will realize when something has already happened and when you're narrating as a speaker, you will always have some say on your side to gain that sympathy and that empathy from everybody. You will never put yourself into fault. And that's a normal generic human nature, right? So I don't take everything. I just take and normally I take what I want to hear, or where I know personally this is my fault, unless someone pinpoints and says that subconsciously you made this error as well, or probably you could have done it better. So how I differentiate is that I look at, since I've interacted with the person a lot more, um, uh, by God's grace, I have a good observation power. So I understand the non-verbal communication as well. So if my boss comes and tells you're not doing this, I already interacted with the person so much over a period of time that I know what he's good at, what he's not. So I don't take too much of, a feedback, which is, I take it to a limit, which I know is going to help me out. And beyond that, I leave. But I do not shy away from asking questions, because if you will see that a lot of people are in the habit of giving you feedback, but when you start asking questions on top of it to understand the intent, they stop and they just push themselves back. So I think for me, it's compartmentalized. So I take what is necessary. I don't let too much come on to me, because I also realize one thing: I'm not here to make everybody happy. I'm here to make myself happy and do things the best that I can. So I try and be in that zone wherein I'm not a perfectionist and I love to make faults. I hope that helps.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
May I?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm now in the US and I attend several meetings. And what I come to understand is 83% of the clubs here in US, they plan to continue in the online mode, and if necessary, hybrid, if the members ask for it, because they feel that most of the people are still working online and they don't want to go back to offices. They find it even real estate wise, the cost effectiveness is better, travel times reduced. So they don't want to go back to the offices. So they feel that learning communication online is going to be more helpful. That is what the feedback is. And also the membership director here, the club growth director, she says that many members who say that they want to have the experience of in-person meeting, they resign from online Toastmasters Club, they join in-person clubs, and then they're not attending those meetings because it is not possible. So they are also becoming now more and more inclined towards online programs. But what is the trend that you see in India? Because very often I hear people say, no, I don't get the personal touch unless we have that in-person meeting. But at the same time, there are so many clubs where we find that very good camaraderie happening in our online clubs, like we have it in all elites. So what is the trend that you see as a district director?
So as a district director, I think as a Toastmaster as well, the trend is not very nice. So I remember Dan Rex had come 2 years back, and no, last year, he actually gave a speech during our district officers training. And he said a beautiful line. He said, people will have thousands of reasons of not doing something. Whether I want to have an offline meeting or I want to only join in an online meeting and all, the ones who have reasons, they will never come. They will never make it either to offline or to online. And the ones who want to do it, they will come any which ways, right? So the trend right now, and I completely agree, I think it's more than an offline or an online, it's the energy that you get from your audience.
Yes.
In an offline mode, the ones who've been part of any offline meeting, it's really nice when you see people sitting right in front of you, because you're able to make that eye contact real time. And for me as a speaker, I could actually see who was sleeping, who dozed off, who was laughing, who was interested. And trust me, even in a crowd of 30, 40, 50 people, there are only 2 people who are listening to you. But those two matter, because as a speaker on the stage, I will then concentrate my energy on them. And suddenly they also become conscious, oh, I'm being looked at, right? In an offline mode, people are feeling that we are not getting that touch. But I'll tell you something, this is not new for us. It's just that it's a Zoom platform. We are speaking right now. We are able to see each other and speaking. But if you go back and you look at your careers, your work careers, more than half of us have been working online with our clients.
Exactly.
And we've been working over the phone. We didn't even know how our clients look like, old, young, they had colored hair, white hair, black, white, whatever you want to say. We didn't know. The only thing we knew was the voice, and we used to understand from the voice and say, aaj iska mood kharab hai, isko haath nahi lagana. Correct?
Yeah.
That's how it was, right? And from that tone itself, if you remember, that there was so much of emphasis on the tone or the volume, because they said, oh, you have to sound happy whenever you open a call or whenever you talk to your client. So it's all in the mind. I feel personally, if you'll ask me, if I want to be in Toastmasters, I'll make ensure whether, if I'm not able to travel right now and I'm at a place, I would really want to join an online meeting, online club, because it saves me time. I can join from anywhere I want to. But if I'm looking at, I want to take out that 1 hour or 2 hours, 3 hours in a day on my off day and go and meet people, enjoy, it's up to them. Not everybody joins Toastmasters with the same intent or the same goal. People join to make friends. The ones who want to make friends would want to venture out. The ones who don't want to make friends or are happy with, a short time that I get out of my life and I can talk to different people, listen to stories, would prefer online. The ones who are just happy in making excuses, they will either not come online or offline. So I think we just need to let these people go. And there have been excuses even when we were offline.
Yes.
Oh, club is far away from my house, I have to travel so much, you don't have a club here, there, I can't travel. Just leave it.
Yes.
I have a very simple line to say to people: if you can't take out the 2-3 hours just for yourself, away from everything, if you can't take out that, you'll never be able to do anything in life. You'll always be dependent on people and keep giving reasons for your failure because you never tried.
Excellent. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. There are thousands, you don't need a reason if you're passionate about doing something. And
True.
if you don't have passion, then 1,000 reasons maybe there, still you will not do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. So over to you, Pankaj. We'll hand over to the president now. Thank you, Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh, you have been wonderful.
Yeah. So I have a lot of learnings from this meeting, although I have been in Toastmasters and been in and out of it for a while. I can only I can give my gratitude to Girish and Girija who have been consistently behind me to ensure that I give the best out of me. Today's meeting actually got the best out of me in terms of my learnings. Of now, you are amazing. And Toastmaster Dinesh, actually, your role as a timer was fantastic. I would like to learn some more things from you because I always refrain from being the timer because I feel I'm not the best at it. But you handle it so well, so I can now take some things out of it. So before I could hand over to the president, I just want to read out the quote on in the invitation. The quote goes like, "Wise people said, think outside the box. Then your first step should be don't make your own boxes." President Girish Mittal, what are the few boxes that you broke in your life?
You're asking questions to Girish. Okay.
I think I have broken more heads than I have broken boxes. Not literally, but figuratively.
We know it, Girish, very well.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody. We had a wonderful meeting. President has already the Toastmaster of the day has already thanked the people, but as a formal as a formal protocol, let me begin by thanking our district director Sapna, who took time to be with us and who gave such a wonderful speech. It was inspiring. It was motivating, in all those guests who came here. I think they went back enriched and. Sapna, you motivated even our timer Dinesh, who himself is a seasoned Toastmaster, to ask you a few questions. Thank you, Sapna, and also to Vivek. I mean, you turned the table upside down. You thought out of the box. No, you did not think out of the box. You thought from below the ground and pulled the hat up. So thank you so much for your. Thank you, Pankaj, for being the excellent Toastmaster of the day. Kusuma, you were wonderful in as a table topics master. Dinesh ji, I cannot thank you enough. You have you have brought a new dimension to the role of timer. Thank you so much, and thank you for repeatedly accepting our invites to be with us. Thank you. Thank you in absentia to all our guests who have participated. And although with a heavy heart, I adjourn this meeting. I'm sure we'll have another day together, a lovely day, a fantastic day like we had today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So while I'll just stop the recording, but we can continue. Yes.
Thank you. We had a very nice time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to share this. Oh, sorry, this is not the intent. So I just wanted to share this. I will be sending it. I know this is something we ought to be doing something bigger, but this is what we could do in the present circumstance. There will come a time.
I'm honored. Thank you.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much. And I would also like to share for Sapna.
Thank you so much. Oh, that is cute. Thank you. I like the certificate. It's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Sapna.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting. And I think it's a pleasure any which ways to attend any club's meeting. So thank you very much.
It was very delightful listening to you. It is like a heart-to-heart talk. And at the same time, you get so enriched. There is so much of content there. So, which is very rare. That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
And Vivek, it was the topic itself was very, very enlightening, and it was out of the box. You want to tell people about how to do public speaking, and you're telling them shut up. So what was it? I was so enamored by the topic, so much, my curiosity was piqued, and I was wondering what is it, and you put it out so precisely. And this was a clear example of how in a minimum time you can have maximum content, right? The choice of words and everything, absolutely. It was a beautifully well-crafted speech. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah, any help you need, please do let me know. I'll be more than happy to support the club.
Yeah.
Looking at the member strength, if you require a coach, please feel
Yes,
free
I
to
was
reach
just
out and
about
let me
to
know.
request you that if we can have a club coach, club mentor, so that
Club coach will be assigned.
Club-
Club mentors are when the club is open. When new
new
club
one,
is
new
open for the
club,
first
yes.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have anyone in mind, particularly whom you feel you guys can work with, so
Okay.
we can align 2 coaches for the club who can help you to build on the marketing plans and call more people
Right.
and help you to do quality meetings, even reach out to other members in the district to help you fulfill roles in the meeting. So
Yeah.
all of that can be done. If you have anyone in mind, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll also find out.
Sure. I'll discuss it with the other members and then I'll
Sure.
get back to you. We
Sure.
definitely need a coach.
So, Sapna, I have a question. We have some budget for marketing and promotion. So can we use some budget for social media promotion?
Yeah, you can. So it's your club own. No. So actually, your club own has to have the budget. The district budget is not for the clubs.
Right.
Yeah. So the district budget is for district PR activities. Every club has to have their own budget, wherein they have to ensure that they spend. So every time you take a membership payment, some clubs also take 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 separately from their members, which they keep in the account for all the expenses. So
Right.
a club is an independent entity.
Yes.
A club is responsible for its own expenses and whatever they want to spend, wherever they want to spend their money. But we cannot help a club with the district money.
Got it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The same way it works in Rotary also, right?
Correct.
District, yeah.
Yeah.
Rotary mein you get district funding also. There is.
No, we don't have a district funding like that because we don't collect money from anybody, right? Everything goes straight to the TI. We also receive it from Toastmasters as and when we put a requisition based on the expenses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
But I think
ideas
you
is
can.
what we require. Ideas is what we require. That will help us. So if we have a club coach, I think we are all, hand coach, we are ready to do. But if ideas and that comes, that will be helpful. Yes.
For a starting, you can use Meetup. It won't cost you anything. You can publish your meeting timing and all. And people there are people and you can start getting a lot of inquiries from Meetup as well that you guys are meeting. And you can extensively, if you don't have a social media page like an Instagram or a Facebook, you can create that. And you can go ahead, and you can go ahead and you can publish your meetings, your agendas and posters, even pictures of the meetings, small speech snippets and all on that to create more awareness about. And you can use the right kind of hashtag. That is something you guys can get in touch with the DPRM to get understanding and help as to what can work, what can't. You can even tag District 98 on Instagram so that we can also go ahead and share your posts and also that reaches to other audiences. You can use YouTube. So these are a few platforms that you can actually use to reach out to different people.
We will do that. I will get in touch with you. Yes. Very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
All right then. Thank you everybody. Thank you for inviting me and hope to come and be part of the meeting one day.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj. That was a wonderful job. But Pankaj and Girish, both of you need to smile more. That makes a lot of difference. Hasti nahi ho yaar. You are on the spotlight. How is it that you don't smile? I don't understand.
I and Girish fight more often than smile, so that's.
तो भी करो बट यहाँ थोड़ी ना.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं, हम मीटिंग के बाद में फिर से हंसते गाते सब कुछ है. We We are thorough professionals. I think we're just doing our jobs.
And I know, but professional doesn't mean that you can't smile. I am also professional. Smile and
No, I
then
will
your
learn.
profession.
No, I am I will learn doing this because
So this is a good feedback, Girja. We will.
Yes,
yeah,
that,
it's a good
that
feedback.
adds 1,000 watts to the entire screen. Entire screen. Absolutely. Yes.
I will have a smiling photograph stuck to.
नहीं आप सामने भी आते वक्त भी always start with a smile. When you
Yeah, I
address
mean,
people,
it's something.
with a smile.
If Girish can agree, it's something that was not highlighted to me by anybody. So I take this feedback actually.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Chalo, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. I'll share the recording.